Hey there, Washingtonians, adventurers, and storytellers. Welcome to What's Your Washington, the podcast that's all about discovering hidden gems, local lore, and the unique perspectives that make Washington State such an incredible place to call home. In every episode, I'll connect with people from all walks of life, strangers, locals, and travelers, to ask 3 thought-provoking questions. Their answers will lead us to unexpected places, secret hiking trails, unforgettable encounters, and the quirky traditions that define life in Washington. So, what's your Washington? Hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast player and join me as we uncover the heart and soul of our state, one story at a time. What's Your Washington? The podcast that brings Washingtonian stories to life. All right, today my guest is Brooks Smothers. We're going to change the rules up for Brooks because, well, he's special. Brooks is the host of the RV Out West podcast, and he's also the host of Brooks, I'm going to ask you to tell me about your new show because I just listened to the first episode, but you're reviving a show, so give me 30 seconds on that.
Great. Yeah, so I am reviving an old show that is called See America that was put on by Jason and Abby Epperson of RV Miles, and the show has been dormant since 2021. So I reached out to them, talked to them, and said, hey, I would like to take it on. And they said, fantastic. And so on Monday, Memorial Monday, the first of 10 episodes dropped for season 4. And so these are great little quick 10-minute stories about interesting roadside attractions, unique destinations, crazy events, and just kind of those oddities and curiosities that I think make up the tapestry of the United States and make it interesting and fun.
Yeah, I listened to the first episode today. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the other ones as they come out. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I'm giving you 3 questions, but they're going to be about RVing in Washington. Not about your city, but about RVing because you're the RV guy. So
okay,
here you go. What song or playlist is your go-to soundtrack for cruising Washington's highways?
That is such a great question, especially coming off of Memorial Weekend here. I have a few albums that are my quintessential road albums. And the first one that I've been listening to for well over 30 years, and I haven't gotten tired of it, and it is just something that is always on my road mix, is Widespread Panic, and the album is Space Wrangler. That entire album is just nothing but I can beat out the miles on that road, or listening to that album and just watch the lines wane by as I just keep going. I also really love The Dirty South by the Drive-By Truckers. That is another fantastic album that will keep me moving. And then I'm a bit of a closet parrot head. Now I said that publicly on a podcast, so maybe I'm no longer a closet parrot head. But old school Jimmy Buffett, Song of the Sailor, A Pirate Looks at 40, any of that stuff too, just... He's a troubadour at heart, and so that spirit helps me with the open road. So,
all right. Those are all 3 super solid, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Question 2. You get to design your dream RV-only campground in Washington. Where's it going to be, and what's one wild feature that it's going to have?
Okay. So I feel like a lot of campgrounds are always geared towards family-friendly amenities. And while I appreciate that as a father and a parent of kind of middle school aged children, I would kind of like to design an adult only park that would have like a swim up bar, platform for live music to be played, maybe a lazy river that, you can sit in an inner tube and float around the pool and kind of have those lazy days and then, be able to retire back to your RV when you need to take a nap or, make some food or, whatever it might be. So I think a swim up bar and an adult only kind of campground would be really ideal.
Now, where are you going to put this?
Yeah, so that's a really good question because in order to have a swim-up bar, if I put it on the west side of the mountains, here on the wet side, you'd really only get to enjoy that swim-up bar for maybe 3 weeks out of the year because of the weather. Let's be honest, right? And who wants to sit in a covered pool? I would think I would probably put it more on the east side. Chelan comes to mind, but I feel like Chelan already kind of has this whole summertime vibe for the west side of people. Actually, I think Wenatchee might be a really great place to put it. You kind of, close to Mission Ridge, kind of out in that direction. So you're getting some of the mountains, you get some of the dry, arid coolness of Eastern Washington. I think out in that way, and you get the heat then.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
So what's one tiny, random item that you always pack when you're going RVing that has surprisingly saved your butt?
So that is a fantastic question, and I have a really crazy story to share with that. So in 2022, my family decided the world is kind of coming out of COVID. We have a better understanding of what's going on with COVID. And so my wife and I decide to tow our trailer across country and drive out to Philly to go visit family that lives outside of Philadelphia. We haven't seen them since before the pandemic. So literally the day before we plan to shove off and take off on this trip, I'm doing one final run to Harbor Freight to get my disposable whatever else I may think I need for the road as a just in case. While I was there, I saw a 1/2-inch air ratchet. And I was like, it's $25. I should just buy it, throw it in the truck. You never know. And so I just bought it and I threw it in the truck. And day one, we went out to Deer Lodge, Montana, which is where we stayed the night. We are not morning people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is unheard of for me. Even on a work day, that's unheard of for me. And I'm up at 6 o'clock and I'm getting the trailer ready to go because we're going to depart because we have a big drive in front of us that day. I think we're going to do about a 10-hour stretch. So my wife is inside the trailer. She's throwing some cereal at the kids. They're kind of waking up. I get everything all packed up. We're ready to go. All she has to do is bring in our slide. The kids are in the truck. The dog is in the truck. She brings in our slide. It's called a slide. It makes sense. And it slides out from the RV, kind of giving you more open interior space. But when you drive, right, you want to push that. There's a button and it brings the slide in. So you're normally like 8 feet wide. So you can stay within the width of a road lane. And our slide began to crab and wouldn't come in. So as you're bringing it in, it's kind of wobbling one side left, right, instead of all coming in straight at the same time. After a few choice swear words and raising my fist to the sky, like, how is this happening on day one of this road trip? I start looking around because there is a manual way to manually bring the slide in. And so I'm crawling underneath the trailer trying to find where is our location to be able to bring that slide in. And I finally find it. And it's I don't know what size socket it was, but there's a socket. And so you can put a socket on and start to bring in the slide.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have an air ratchet and an air compressor in my truck. And so I grabbed the air ratchet and my little 3-pound air compressor tank, and I drain the tank and I bring the slide in like 2 feet, and then it dies. I got to wait for the compressor to fill back up. I bring it back in, and it still took me 45 minutes to bring the slide in so we could leave. And had I not had that air ratchet, I probably would still be under the trailer today with a single-handed ratchet trying to bring that in. And I got it thinking, if I need to change a tire, it'll be super helpful to do a quick on-the-road tire change, which coincidentally on the way back, I did have a flat and I did need to change my tire. And so that air ratchet came in handy for changing a trailer tire as well. So an air ratchet.
All right. Brooks, thanks for being on What's Your Washington. As always, I enjoy your stories, and best of luck with the new show. And yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Scott, my pleasure. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for having me on.
That's a wrap for this episode of What's Your Washington. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. Have a great Washington story? Reach out. I'd love to hear it. And until next time, keep exploring.